All right, let's see if this works. All right, that
That
is
looks like it worked.
horizontal. It says portrait. Looks like we're good. Let's see. I If I go to the other channel, okay, so I just need this one. Bump this one out. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good there. If I pop this chat out, be able to bring this over here. We'll just see. Nice. All right, let's do this. All right, let's make a mess. Hey guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hello, how's it going, Sergio? Sorry, just trying to get everything set up. Oh, it's been a heck of a day. Hey, hey, pristine clean. How's it going? Welcome in. Set up. Oh, it's been Hey, if it's going, that's about all I can ask for. It is very warm today. It was in the 90s. Hey, Liz, how's it going? It's going nowhere. Yeah, thank you so much, Sergio, for the subscription. Much appreciated. We are making drop spindles today. For spinning yarn, we are turning some 4 1/4 inch shafts. We're hanging out on the lathe. We're going to add some base wax. So there we go. Just let me go grab an example. All right, so we got some Bacote arms here. So we're making this part today, the shafts. So we are turning them out of hard maple. So I got here about 10. Now it's 5 p.m. and I got nothing done. I did 3D print an insert for my bandsaw. Been about it here today. Well, these are drop spindles first. That's more important shaft. Been good. Didn't get anything done today, but that's all right. So yeah, today we're just making little ones. My shipment of shaft material is in the mail. So hopefully I'll get it in the next couple days. I mean, it's only coming from Ohio. Hello, Antonio. How are we doing today? It's going. Welcome in. I did get some laser engraving done today. I'm not totally useless to it. Hello again. Is it Pierre? Welcome in. Hey, Philip. How's it going? Throwing wax around. I'll start walking through what we're doing on these. All right, these are hard maple. Carlos, how's it going? Hey, thank you so much for the subscription. Much appreciated. So this is a roughing gouge. What I'm doing was I use this wrench as a caliper to get the correct diameter. Now we have a taper and it's going to be this diameter when we're done. Bringing the diameter down here. We're going to switch from the roughing gouge to the spindle gouge. So it's not quite as aggressive. And it leaves a better finish. Quick sand. The whole point of sanding is just sanding this paper. But if I'm going to sand, I might as well sand the whole thing. Come up. This is my story stick. I'm going to register it against my test world. And then just transfer the lines over. I'm going to take my skew and I'm going to make a line on the bottom. And right there, we're going to burn a decorative line in. Come up to the top, mark the top of the finial. Define the diameter under the finial. I'm going to taper everything together. Take some wire, burn line in there. Now we're going to sand. We're going to use the sand grit. Switch it over to a fine grit. Then we're going to take some wood chips. We're going to burnish the surface. So we're just holding the wood chips. Add a little wax. Now we did everything we could do while it was between centers. So it's clamped in on the side. This side, you've got a spinning pin. So this is clamped in on the back. I'm able to form the finial on the front. Add some wax. Take my skew, and then we're going to cut it off on the bottom and make it a point, like so. Hello, 10. How's it going? So these are the smallest shafts I made. So I make a 4 1/4, which is this one, and then a 6, and a 7, and then these, and then I have a larger diameter one. 10. Hey, Jonathan, how's it going? Welcome. We are making drop spindles for spinning. Zero. So these little ones are for like spinning cobweb to lace weight. So super, super thin stuff. So spindles came before spinning wheels. And we have been using spindles since at least Neolithic times. So when we decided to stop running around naked or wearing animal skins. It's a very, very early simple machine. Just got done with. Put it onto the arms. So the nice thing about these little ones, I can only get one out of this, and they're long enough where I really don't have to pay too much attention to them because there's plenty of room to put it on. So right now we're kind of building up inventory. We're filling up the websites and putting some away. We got 3 shows this fall that are pretty big. The more we can get done now, the better. They're drop spindles for spinning yarn. Here's an example of one that I spun up. There's the yarn on it. And these are Turkish style drop spindles. There's a bunch of different styles. No problem. Hey, Eric, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. That would help. Thanks, kid. John, thank you so much. I'm going to have a little case wax on here, just as protectant. The majority of these spindles are going to be are going to end up spinning wool. They'll get a little lanolin on them. So this is a tool, so adding a finish to it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, if you put a hard, shiny finish on it, they're almost harder to be. It's going to keep it simple. Thank you much. Oh, yeah. I'm just here to hang out. You guys are keeping me motivated to keep working. Hey, Jedi, how's it going? Is it on? Thank you so much. My name is Scott. I am from America. I'm in Wisconsin. so much for the subscription. So I've been making these full time. This is my 11th year. My girlfriend also works with us. Hey, how's it going, Edit? And I missed tweets. So I really appreciate you subscribing. So drop spindles are used to spin yarn. I can do a little demo if you guys would like. Yeah, lathe work is really fun. It's, I like it. Once you get the hang of it, it's just fun. Hey, MD, how's it going? Welcome in Bangladesh. How much does the tool cost? This one is Laguna Revo 1216. So it's not a tiny one, it's not a big one. It's kind of the middle size. This one was right around $1,000. Hey guys, thank you so much for the subscriptions. Awesome. Yeah, so this one was about 1,000 US dollars. You could get them cheaper than that. Or you can get them more expensive than that too for this size. Hey David. I spent a little extra money to get something that I knew was going to be dependable. I'm in North Fond du Lac. Hey, Barack, how's it going? Hello, Mohammed. Great, thank you so much. It's going to take practice. Now, like I said, the tool was about $1,000. You know, the chuck, that's an extra about 100 and some. And depending on the tooling you get, these are Robert Sorby's. They come from Sheffield, England. They have really good steel. These are over $100 per tool. You can get cheaper tools than that. You just have to sharpen them more. What does a tool do? Well, each tool has its kind of specific uses. This one here is a skew chisel. Now, what I'm going to use it for is to make these lines in here. So I'm here for the end. I'm going to flip it over on the side, and I'm going to shape the top here. Come in and shape the bottom. Going to burn some line. Hello, Australia. I do make these. I do sell these. There you go. Right from home. Please, thank you so much. Sheffield is known for their high-speed steel. So these are drop spindles that are used for spinning yarn. So you go shave a sheep, steal their wool, wash it, then you can spin it into yarn and make itchy sweaters. Hey, Lot. Hello, Pakistan. Teddy, how's it going? So, yeah, in Australia, there's a big fiber show that I would like to go to one of these years. Then Bendigo in July. I'm not sure what a mander is, but if you're talking about the lathe, it's a laguna. Hey, Al. Thanks, Tim. Appreciated. Hello from Vegas. My girlfriend used to live in Vegas for a while. Hey, BMW. Sorry, I'm only familiar with English. Jesse, how's it going? Hello, India. Hey, super chat, not because I don't want your money. Yeah, my name is Scott. So we're making drop spindles with spinning yarn. Actually, let's do a demo. So if I turn this, dun, 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 maybe there we go. You're in Milwaukee, so not too far. No, about an hour or so. I saw that the Violent Femmes are gonna come back, play the Riverside, coming home. Wales. Yes, I'm using it. Hey, thank you so much, Teresa. Bluebird. Great. I've been making these tools for. I've been selling them for 11 years. I've been making them for just about 12. So I'm spinning the spindle, and then with my hands here, there we go. I am defining the thickness of the yarn and how much twist is going into it. It's called drafting. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, 25. Thank you so much. Skin Lover. Hello. I have a cat named Skittle. So we spun a length and then we store it on the spindle. So I had such a hard time keeping my camera today. But yeah, so this one isn't sanded, so it might snag a little bit. So we're storing our yarn, and when we're done, we could take the spindle apart and we can remove the yarn. This is one that I have been spinning on, so you can see a little bit bigger. Esteban, thank you so much. So once you get the hang of the drafting with your hands, it's zen. It's relaxing. You don't have to think about counting or anything. Just work on your consistency and away you go. I really like spinning. Hello, Pampata? I'm not very good on my Cyrillic, so you have to forgive me. Google real quick. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate it. This up, camera. Let's see, what am I doing? I am making drop spindles. Get back at it. I do like making. I get very hyper focused on things. So that's my phone falling onto the ground. Yeah, I get hyper focused on things, and I just like to work on things in perfection. Right up my alley. See more YouTube lives, like these people are chewing and like breathing into the microphone. You don't want an ASMR stream? I can tap the microphone. Yeah, and even with the yarn spinning, it's a very portable thing to do. Zero, thank you so much. That it's something I can take with me and like doing waiting rooms. So everybody else is playing on their phone and I'm spinning yarn. But at the end of the day, I'm very productive. Mohammed, thank you so much. They're used to spin yarn. Viking women were buried with their spindles, showing how important spinning was in daily life. Oh yeah. Ah, Tori, thank you so much. Especially in Viking, you need a lot of fiber to make a sail, and that was all spun by hand. There's a lot of time. I heard that for Viking funerals, yeah, they would burn you in your boat, but they would take your sail off because the sail was just too much. Hi, how's it going? Hi, Jesse. And Asher Jack. Hello. Sorry if I am slaughtering your usernames. Yes, it's a paste wax. I've used beeswax mixed with a little bit of a mineral oil before. That was fine. But paste wax, paste wax works just as good. Too much value to lose? No, not really. About how long does it take to make a sweater? To spin a sweater's worth by yourself, probably you could knock it out in a week if that was really your ambition in life. These are drop spindles for spinning yarn. You need to add for spinning yarn on top there. I rarely get splinters. I am more likely to get splinters when I'm machining the rough wood down into something usable than on the lathe. I'm not touching it until it's okay. So tell us about yourself. I mean, like any fun anecdotes from your life or anything. Well, I try not to be a heretic. That's for one. Well, let's see. I worked in factories for almost 20 years. I started making these. I was making word signs out of wood and like wooden toys and stuff, and I was selling those on Etsy. And one of my friends on Etsy wanted a spindle, so I decided to make her one. And then I wanted to make sure it worked, and I just fell in love with spinning. So these shafts are all hard maple, and then the arms can be a bunch of different woods. This one here is Bacote wood. It'll look much better once it's sanded. A very pretty wood. Comes from Mexico. So they're more like little travel wands that you can put in your pocket, just in case you need to leviosa something. I don't. Yeah, I don't really have too much calluses on my hand. It's more supporting. I'm not really. I'm not grabbing. I'm not getting pressure on it. I don't think I could make a propeller. That would go doing a lot of research. Elrod, thank you so much. Make miniature coach fast for leprechauns. Um, Way back in 2000 and probably 8 or 9, I started making those gnome doors. I was making gnome doors before they were cool. You wouldn't believe how many of those stupid things I sold. Yeah, have a good night. Great. So I am running some noise suppression. The bearings are starting to get a little bit worn, so I can hear them squeaking a little bit. Plus, the dust collector is not exactly quiet. I am wearing hearing protection. They're also Bluetooth headphones. Sometimes I can use it. That's okay. They're used to make yarn. Here's one that I've been spinning on. So you would take this, and then you take two more or one more, and apply them together to make yarn, cable yarn. Can you make foofy for a mouse? Yes, that would be right up my alley. Diego, thank you so much. You make a big cockroach to scare the little cockroaches. to try. I do sell on Etsy. It's Spindle username. And I also SnyderSpindles.com. Gustavo, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm gonna get right back to work. I just have to so you can see the spelling at least. So we've had 25,536. Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, how's it going? Gillian, how's it going? Is there anything else I make? Yes, but for streaming, I'm kind of doing this. Um, yeah, I do have some project videos um, on my main channel where I make some decorative signs and stuff. Why don't you take a violin? They're worth a lot of money. Uh, Depending on the maker, they can. I'm really not a luthier. I do have noise suppression going too. So it's not super loud. What's the hardest thing I've ever made? I am really not sure. Fuck it. I missed. You have a collection of two horse. A lot of times the difficulty comes in things that are like really super. I used to make name signs for like weddings where you have the people's names with an ampersand in the middle. I learned pretty quick that people are insane when they're preparing for their wedding. Be prepared for drama. Hello, Johan. Are you an artist? I'm a maker. There's a little bit of magic. Hello, how's it going, Anita? How's it going? Yes, hi. Hey, Cass, how's it going? Hey, Scott. Welcome. So yeah, I'm Scott as well. Hence the whole making it with Scott thing as far as the channel name goes. Oh, I missed Jason saying hi. I'm not sure how long ago that was. Somebody actually said hi in the horizontal video stream, which is amazing. Yeah, my name's Scott as well, and pretty recently, if when I'm going to new or different shows, when people ask for to make my name tag, I've been having them put Scooter on there, so it's a good indication how well people know me, whether they call me Scott or Scooter. Hey Keith, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you again. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, not a problem. Drop spindles are used to spin yarn, so they came before spinning wheels. We've been using them since at least Neolithic time. It's not just it's for spinning yarn, but it's also important, for making nets for fishing, for making sails, being able to make rope, that sort of thing. Hello, thank you so much for the subscription. Missed the name. So I'm making Turkish style spindles, which are a two-piece spindle. So the whorls on the bottom, it's a set of arms, and you wrap the yarn around the arms. When you're done, you take it apart and you can remove the ball from the arms. All right. So since I have one in my hand, let's just do a little turny turn here. Find where I am. Okay, so I'm going to spin the spindle, and then with my hands, I am drafting, so I'm defining the thickness of the yarn. So it's a suspended spindle, and they do drop quite a bit. So you drop it, you spin it. So we're putting all that twist in the yarn. They spin a length, and now you're going to store it on the yarn. So take it off the spindle, and then I'm going to wrap. I'm going to go over two arms under one, and then just repeat that pattern. Come up, you're going to put in a half hitch to hold it. Just repeat. It looks super easy. It does take some practice. When I first started, I thought they should have been called throw-in spindles. Once you get the hang of it, it's very relaxing. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. I'm doing a short draw right now, or inchworming. So I'm spinning a worsted yarn. So this is Corriedale. So it's a sheep. The sheep got a haircut. They took the fiber and they went through it and picked all the nasty bits out. And they washed it to get the lanolin out. Then they sent it through a machine to either comb or card it. So all the fibers are facing the same direction. What's the benefit of spinning yarn? Yeah, because in the top or the roving, in my hand, there's no structure to it. It's just a whole bunch of individual hairs that are just kind of sitting next to each other. If you look at wool under a microscope, it has scales on it. So once you put twist into the yarn, those scales interlock, and that's what gives yarn its strength. Would people travel with these, or would they use them in town? Oh, both. Um, it's something small that you can carry and walk around with. There's still very big spinning cultures, like in Peru. They're still spinning a ton by hand. Amazing, but they spin. As soon as they can hold the spindle, they're spinning. Very, very proficient people. Hello, how's it going? Sorry, I don't speak Cyrillic. I have no idea. So, the benefits from spinning yarn is you have control over your end product. It's a skill. It really is. Really enjoy it. Back to- Hey, Vinny, how's it going? We're making some tiny. Yeah, it seems, I do some doom scrolling myself, and you can get old. Like I said, I've got three really big shows coming up this fall that we're getting ready for. Plus, we have a couple websites. Plus, we do some limited wholesaling. We don't do a ton. Wholesaling is rough because if you're selling something online for $20, the person who wants to buy it wholesale wants to pay $10, so they could turn around and sell it for $20. So if you want to sell your product at a reasonable price, you really can't wholesale with margins that are large enough to make it worthwhile for people, if that makes sense. Yep. So that's not a problem. Get some relaxation in. It's hot today, at least here. Pranky. Pranky. There, thank you so much. Hello. Lisa? Hello. We're just going to gather up some wood chips and we're going to burnish the surface. Press them against the wood. Turn the speed up. CMG. Thank you so much for subscribing. Up. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, so what happened was I ordered my shaft material too late. I didn't realize that they had a 3 week lead time. Normally it's about a week. So I took some boards and cut them down to make some larger ones. So we're making shafts for Turkish drop spindles for spinning yarn. So if I start out with a 13-inch piece of wood and I only need a 6-inch shaft, I'm going to have another 7 inches. Well, let's say 6 inches after the waist on either side. That's what these are. By the time I get done with these, I should have enough for a long, long time. It's not like these are going to be flying off the shelves. These are kind of nice because you don't take very long to make. So the next few days, it's going to be in the 90s here. So I'm going to be kind of focused on kind of going through bins and organizing, trying to get stuff kind of straightened out. Try to get things done without exerting a whole bunch of energy. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to go peek, see if the girlfriend left. Said she was gonna. She came here to drop something off, and she's still here. Are you gonna be ready to go at 6:30, or do you want to stay till 7? 6:30 sounds good. Go ahead to drive through.
No.
No, Little Wendy's hamburgers.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for the follow. I gotta get over there. I'm gonna miss it. Sorry, the girlfriend's still here, so I promised her I'd be done at 6:30. So. Thank you. I assume it was a subscription. Thank you so much. So we'll work for another 15 minutes. I think I talked her too. We just got a Wendy's. Our Wendy's closed like a decade ago, and we finally got. So our parties became a Wendy's. We used to have 3 Wendy's in town, and now we have 0. You know, the nice part about burnishing with wood chips is you're already making them, so at least you're getting a little bit of use out of it. Plus, you can do your Salt Bay impersonation and sprinkle them down off your elbow. Nothing's more delicious than you guys' elbow. But for these, I primarily use traditional tools, so we're talking about coaches and skews, that kind of thing. Thank you so much. I do have carbide. A lot of people who are starting out, carbide is really easy to start with. Everything's a scraper. You want to cut out a half circle, pick it, half circle. I feel you have more control with traditional tools. You do take some practice used to. Running out of wire. This is picture frame hanging wire that I took a couple strands off and then tied them back up. Just give me the right thickness. A lot of people use guitar strings. I just have a ton of wire. Yeah, I've got some Christmas lathe video kind of make like little snowmen and Christmas trees. But you could scale up to any size you'd like. You know, it's getting to be that time when you guys start making Christmas. Yeah, I think once July hits, I'm gonna start designing some Christmas stuff, and maybe try getting into a market, a local market. I think that'd be fun for the channel. I tried recording the last fiber show we went to, but it was just too much with whole setup and show and tear down and everything. I really didn't get enough footage to really do anything with it. So when we do shows, we do 10 by 20. How's Az doing today? Oh, thank you so much. Much appreciated. So yeah, when I'm live streaming on YouTube, usually I just use my phone, but and have the camera set up. So I am running Streamlabs, so hence the two cameras. And during the week, my girlfriend also is working with us. Have four cameras, so it's a little crazy. We are making drop spindles for spinning yarn. Time for me for two more, and then I definitely not the longest. I got a late start. I had trouble with audio. Hello, Kisses. How's it going? How old am I, and how long did it take you to become happy? I'm 50, and I'm still working at it. I've been self-employed for the last 11 years. Um, I really can't complain. I worked in factories for almost 20. Out of college, I got a job at Quad Graphics, which is a bindery. So I worked my way up to being a first operator in the finishing department, where I put magazines together. Ran a Herring drum stitcher, which was it would make magazines with staples. So we're making drop spindles for spinning yarn. So I did that for just about 13. Then I went to Oshkosh Truck, and I worked on an assembly line putting together vehicles, mainly military vehicles, but we also did cement trucks, and we did some fire trucks. We put together the Strikers, which are fire trucks for big airports. They have a piercing arm that can pierce the airplanes if full of water, foam, or whatever, put the fire. I got to about 6. I got permanently laid off. I started making the beads, selling them on Etsy maybe a month before I got laid off and decided to try doing it full time. That was 11 years. I am very happy with what I'm using here. Enjoy it quite a bit. I was supposed to be writing a video today. Couldn't do it. I guess my next video is going to be next week. I'm going to be doing a video on 3D printing for workers. What do they cost? The spindles that I make range from $20 up, usually between 20, 45, 50. But if I start using exotic woods, if I'm using ebony, the prices can go up quite a bit more from there. But yeah, these little ones are in the 20. You could never be a creator, was that? I personally, I am super, super introverted. All right. But I'm 50 years old. I'm getting pretty good at masking. So, got 5 minutes. We're going to finish this one up, and then we're going to call it stream, guys. So, that's called burnishing. So, it's like a friction polish. So, I sand with a fine grit, and then by doing the burnishing, it's like makes them way, way, way smoother. So, we do have a fireplace at home. So, I burn all the scrap. I burn the wood chips. The real fine dust I mix with wax and make fire starters out of them. I try my best to use up as much of the wood as I can. Wood rub together to get rid of the little snakes in the wood. Yeah. I know it's hard. Well, right now it's just I can't. I have a light above me and it's illuminated, but once I burnish, I could see a line now. See a bright white line. I couldn't imagine being a solo hiker. That's crazy. How much weight does she lose in Tula? Hey David, how's it going? So we are at the very end of the stream, guys. I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Much, much appreciated. She's tall and thin. She stays tall and thin. Alright, guys. Well, I'm taking tomorrow off, but I will be back on Monday. Maybe I'll be hanging out on the scroll saw, cutting stuff out. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.